Wall assemblies in the PrebuiltML software can be called using a few various methods. First, you can choose to manually enter values into your wall assembly. That is, simply just keying values into it. For example, here with this 6-inch warm wall, we'll first come and we'll define the height of the wall as being 9 feet, and then we can make entries for the different parts. First is the wall length field of how much wall framing is needed. Second is the sheathing length, how much of this wall is actually sheathed. And then if your market requires it, upsized studs or upsized plates. In this case, we'll come to the wall assembly and we'll enter a value of 20 feet for the framing section. And then since all of it's going to be sheathed, we'll enter 20 again. And so now if we expand the wall assembly, we can look and see that materials have been specified for both the framing and the sheathing, 20 feet long, 9 feet high. A second way to make use of wall assemblies is to directly link them to items that you have drawn in the Digitizer. For example, if we come over here to this Plan tab that we have dragged out to the side, we can see that we've traced walls for the various parts in this main floor plan. Here, I'm selecting the interior walls for the project. So with them selected, I'll come back to the list, and I'll find a wall assembly for interior walls. I'll come to the wall length, since there is no sheathing on this wall, place my cursor in the wall length field, and come to the link icon and click the link button. And at this point, all of those lines become linked to this wall assembly, as you can see, 191 feet. And like other items that are linked to the Digitizer, this value will be updated as changes are made. So if we come to the Digitizer and change one of the lengths of these interior walls by moving a node, if we return to the list, we'll find that now the value is 189, reflecting the shortened length of those walls. And since these items are linked to the wall length field, sufficient materials will be shipped for the framing of these walls, but no sheathing will be provided. Now let's say that we want to call the exterior walls of the building. Here we return to the Plan tab, and we'll select the lines that we have drawn around the exterior of the building. With those items selected, we'll come back to the list, and we'll click into the wall assembly for the exterior wall, except this time we'll click into the field for the sheathed length. We'll click the link button, and now those lines have been linked to this wall assembly, 165 feet. But in addition to the 165 feet showing in the wall sheathing field, also 165 has been populated in the wall length field. This is because, as the icon indicates, the wall length field is following the value of the linked wall sheathing field. So now enough material is shipped not only for the sheathing, but also for the framing of the wall as well. You can change this following behavior by expanding the Center Plus button of the wall assembly, coming to the Follow Linked checkbox, and unchecking it. And as a result, the wall length will no longer follow the linked wall sheathing field. And for this wall assembly, only sheathing will be shipped for this length of wall. If you recheck it, now the wall length field follows the wall sheathing field, and sufficient materials will be shipped for both the sheathing and for the wall framing. If your project or region requires it, you can use the same methodology to link or follow linked to the upsized stud or upsized plate columns in your wall assembly. While for most producers, using this link functionality from the list is the best way to go about linking your wall assemblies, you can also link your wall assemblies directly from the Digitizer. As an example, let's go back to the Plan tab and link the garage walls directly from the Digitizer. We'll come to the Takeoff item, select the garage walls that we have drawn, and first come to Application, and we'll specifically set the application to Wall Assembly. Then we'll come to the Product, go to More Products, and look through the different wall assembly options that we have available. Here we'll find the 6-inch garage wall and hit the arrow key once to the right. In this case, since the walls will be sheathed, we'll make that selection from the menu. Click OK, And finally, we'll set a pack, in this case, the main wall pack. With these items completed, these walls have now been linked back to the list. If we look in the List tab, in the main wall pack, we'll see that a 6-inch garage assembly has been added, 53 feet in length in the wall sheathing field, with the 53 feet of wall length following that value. As a result, sufficient materials will be sent to frame and sheathe the wall assembly. So wall assemblies can receive their inputs from manual entry, or by linking directly in the list, or by linking from the Digitizer itself. For more information on how to use wall assemblies and their controls, check out the knowledge base articles at PrebuiltML.com.